All right. We got the red light on this camera over here.
Rolling.
Rolling. We're rolling there. We're rolling here. We're rolling there.
We're rolling everywhere.
We're rolling, yeah. Rolling in my 6-4. You know they have a beer here called Rolling in my 6-4.
I thought it was great.
It's a West Coast IPA. I think it's like a dank kind of IPA. What's up, everybody? It's Jimmy here with the CLT Life, JPAR Carolina Living Real Estate. Hanging out with my old bud Chris Brackett right here. It's been a while since we've seen each other.
It's been a good bit.
Yeah. I used to work with Chris's cousin Benny, who's down in Greenville now, right?
Still in Greenville.
Still in Greenville, yeah. So that's how we played some golf and done some things. But we're hanging out at Amor Artis, which I just learned how to pronounce that properly. Amor Artis in Fort Mill, South Carolina. And Chris here is a musician. He's an artist, and he has an installation coming in that's going to be here for the whole month of May. Is that correct?
Whole month of May. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've got somewhere around 20 pieces that'll be displayed here for the whole month of May.
So what kind of artwork?
I do so kind of bigger pieces of canvas, and then just acrylic on top of canvas, and just big colors, everything is like just in your face, kind of, yeah, lots of big colors and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Is it you do it on bigger canvases as well? Or?
Bigger canvases, yeah. For this one, I think that the smallest that I'm doing is 16 by 20.
Okay.
And then I think the biggest one I have here will be, I think it's 40 inches square.
Okay. How does that work? Because you've got these beautiful brick walls.
Yeah.
Are they going to hang them from the?
It'll just be done all on this wall here, and then I think the plan is to do some Christmas lights and stuff around it.
Okay.
Kind of draw some attention to it.
Nice. And that stuff is obviously for sale too, right?
Yes, please come and pick it up. Help donate to the cause. Like, I guess the painting thing kind of really started full-time, not full-time quite, but as all of you know, the COVID, kind of took the live music business out of everything. So
you're touring as a musician. Right?
Yeah, touring musician, recording musician. So when that hit and stopped, then instead of I think I had like a weird freak out, and then I was like, okay, and so I just had to, instead of it being out, touring, then I was at home. Which has been relatively kind of nice, for somebody that's really not used to being at home a whole lot. Yeah.
Nice. So, what's different? What do you like? What do you like better? Are you still doing music, or are you practicing on?
Yep. Just reformed. There's a bunch going on in the music industry, which I'm not going to get into a whole lot of because that's not why we're here. But essentially every label wants, it's called a 360 deal, and they want a piece of everything. So even if I was selling my artwork here, they would want to cut it.
Even though it's not music related.
Even though they have nothing to do with it, they want a cut of it.
Interesting.
So I just dropped everything kind of as I was doing, and now I've got a private studio and a private label that should start releasing some stuff by the fall. I would think. I think a full-length EP should be coming out in the fall.
Nice. Well, yeah. Obviously, we're here to talk about your art. So you said you're bringing about 20 pieces here.
Yep.
Do you have more than that you've done, or are you pretty much bringing everything on display?
I'm kind of just bringing everything on display. I didn't realize how much time that it actually takes. So with the amount of paint that I use, and then you have to wait for that to dry overnight, and then you continue, and then you have to find a stopping point, and then you continue. So by the time that you're looking at one piece, you've got 10 hours kind of into it.
So when you start a piece, do you already have the end in mind, or is it something that you kind of have a vision, you get started with it, and you don't really know exactly when you're done. Like, you marinate on stuff for a minute and sit back and look at it and let it digest for a day or two, or do you know, like, yep, this thing's done?
That works two ways. I either do commission work where the people that hire me for commission work will have a really good idea of what they're going to do, or what they want me to do, rather. And then most of my painting is abstract. So yes, I kind of like look at it for a day, and then I have a pretty good idea of how it's taking shape.
Gotcha. And everything here is going to be original, correct?
Yes. All my music, all my art, everything is.
If someone gets that, they're getting an original. Like, do you have plans to like, if you have a piece that becomes really popular, do you have plans to print those as well, or?
Everything that's going to be on sale here is going to be one of ones.
Okay.
So the original is what you're getting.
Okay.
There are two that will be print, by print, and I'm just going to do like a slew of how many. But I've dedicated one to, unfortunately, the artist world, the drumming world, the Foo Fighters world lost one of the best drummers ever in Taylor Hawkins. So I did a piece that was dedicated to him, and more so, for his wife Allison and his children's support through this time, and just trying to. Those will be by print.
Okay. So people can buy more of those.
Sure.
When you have something on display, if someone wants to come in and they love it and they want to buy the piece, will they just mark it that it's sold, or will it stay up here for the duration, or do they take it off the wall with them? Or? From
what I understand, Travis and the crew here and Kara, I think you just take it up to the front and you walk out the door with it.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But like I said, everything is going to be one of one.
Yeah.
Except for the two that will be, available with prints.
But people, you said you do some commission work too. So, how do people follow you? How do people, if they have something in mind that they want painted and they want to commission it from you, how would they go about doing that?
Just through Instagram and Facebook. My handle is @TheRealChrisBrackett, and then it'll direct you to a page, and then gives you all my information. And then a lot of people are commissioning stuff for their kids' rooms, like original artwork for their children's rooms. Because like I said, there's some stuff that I do is very whimsical, and just there's big bright pinks and big blues and that kind of thing. So I just try to keep it well-rounded, I guess.
So instead of a kid throwing posters and thumbtacks on the wall, they're getting something a little more original. No other kid's going to have that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So when you do your stuff too, is it framed, or is it you just have the open canvas and people take it home and frame it?
Yeah, I paint on open canvas, so the way that I do it is that half my paintings are just done are on paintings themselves, and then there's a company out of Austin, Texas that makes the frame and the backs for them. So you kind of do it all yourself, and I dig that. I love that. So everything is just meant to just put a nail in the wall and
hang it there.
Hang it, yeah. Because most things, appear like they're floating or whatever, but absolutely, you can frame them.
Okay.
I've seen a couple things that are framed and they really jump out at you. Especially like man caves and stuff that, or what do they call them, lady layers, or what I don't know what.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the proper term is these days.
Whose ever space is what's going on.
Yeah, I've heard of she sheds.
Yes.
That's when you have the big shed that's hooked up to electricity and has the windows.
Yes.
And
I think that's my favorite. Was that a Geico?
That was a commercial. Yeah. It was definitely an insurance commercial.
It was hilarious. Hilarious.
And she was gonna get a new she-shed, I think, with the
Absolutely.
with the insurance policy.
Yes.
But
Yes.
we're not here to talk about insurance.
No.
We're not.
No.
So we're at a really cool place, though, Amor Artis, and we're drinking their strawberry sour right now, which is quite tasty.
It's amazing.
Yeah, this is a cool little spot. So it's right on Main Street in downtown Fort Mill, and that's where where Chris's art exhibit will be. So right on Main Street, it's across the street from Hobo's, directly across the street, pretty much.
And I don't know if Amor Artis is I think it was the first brewery here on Fort Mill, in downtown area. I would think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've got some, it's a really cool little atmosphere. They've got the brick walls and the exposed ductwork. And all
I
that
love
stuff.
the exposed industrial kind of look.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also have a patio out back that I think is pet friendly.
Nice.
Yeah.
So definitely come on out anytime. Is it from May 1st to May 31st or?
Yes. Yep. And then I think that I will be here somewhere around 2 to 3 o'clock on Sunday to close, and then then it'll just run through the whole month.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any other? I think this is the first show that we've done, first exhibit that you've done. Is that right?
Locally, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And then the next one's going to be in Austin, and then I've got a piece that'll be submitted into Los Angeles as well for something that's like an abstract festival.
Okay.
That's actually beer related, art related, and I think it's just supposed to be just kind of one of those, another whimsical kind of adventure.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Austin is very Austin, Texas.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a very artsy town. Yeah.
I love it.
Music, art, all that stuff.
Yep. I love it.
Awesome. Well, Chris, thanks for spending a little time with me and reaching out to me.
Thanks for
directly.
having me, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been fun, and make sure you come on out. I'll make it a point to get on down here at some point in May and take some pictures and check out your work and have another one of these. So I think we'll actually be doing something with Travis and the crew here too.
Nice.
Pretty soon. We'll one of my interviews. With the local businesses, I always try to do that. So I'm big into supporting the local businesses and creators and all that stuff.
That is a huge support that people need to know about Jimmy, is that he deeply cares about his community, and not just one section of it. It's a conglomerate of areas that Jimmy really cares about. That's so awesome that you do that.
Well, Charlotte is such a unique area too, where you've got.
It's a transplant city, really.
Oh, it is, yeah. And it's. I lived in before I moved to Charlotte. I'm from Virginia, from Richmond, Virginia, and then before I moved here, I lived in Richmond. Okay. But I lived out in San Francisco for a year, and San Francisco was a very transient town. A lot of people were moving there and they were leaving. And I went out there for the experience. I had one of my closest friends in college lived out there, so. Got to go out there and have that experience for a year, which was great. But ended up coming back to the East Coast because it was closer to home. And I'd only been gone for a year, so I wasn't ready to come back to Richmond yet, So that's how I ended up. And I had a good friend who lived here and still does. And that's how I ended up in Charlotte. And so one of the unique things about Charlotte is you've got the main downtown area, or uptown as we call it, which is like the hub, the center of it all. And then it kind of spikes out from there. And we've got all these cool little towns all around the perimeter. So we're in Fort Mill right now. You got Waxhaw, you got Matthews, you got Belmont, you got Davidson, you got.
Not to be confused with the area of town now called Belmont.
That's right. Yeah, there's an area.
Yeah, which I kind of take offense to because I'm from Belmont.
The town. Okay.
From the town. Yeah.
Yeah. I had an interesting conversation. And this is completely off topic, but kind of what you're saying. So I had a conversation with some folks who are clients of mine in the real estate world. And they're moving down from New York, and they're coming from Long Island. And in Long Island, everything's a town.
Yes.
It's a town or it's a neighborhood. And we were looking at some homes in the suburbs, and I was talking about different neighborhoods. I was using the word neighborhood interchangeably with subdivision. When they heard neighborhood, they were thinking like an area.
Right.
In towns, didn't realize that town, like what we call a town.
So more of a
spread out.
reference, like in New York, how they're boroughs or whatever. So
Well,
like,
not so much a borough, but I guess just so you know when you get closer into Charlotte, so like Belmont is a neighborhood, right? South Park could be a neighbor. South End, Losa, those are neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But when you're in the suburbs, I use neighborhood interchangeably with subdivision.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think that's just like in our age demographic though.
Probably so. And I grew up in suburban Richmond, so that's what we didn't really have the neighborhood, as many of the neighborhoods there as we have here. So
yeah.
It was just interesting. We were sitting down and we had a very who's on first conversation going around with using the three terms: neighborhood, subdivision.
Well, I think that's what makes this area kind of pretty awesome. Is that I think they said that on average 386 people move to Charlotte and the surrounding areas every day.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. It brings a lot of diversity. So
Sure.
I was talking to someone earlier today about how when I first moved to Charlotte 15 years ago, it was actually kind of culture shock. So I was coming from San Francisco and came right here, and even though it was more similar to what I was used to at home,
Sure.
I'd been in that environment, living in the city, and then came here and was sort of in suburban Charlotte. But in the 15 years that I've been here, it's grown a lot. But you've also gotten such a, I guess, diversity of population that's moved here and kind of brought their culture with them. So whether they're coming from other parts of the United States or coming from other countries, I mean, you can get authentic cuisine, just about anywhere.
Yes.
Anywhere you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would think that there would be a big difference coming from, especially something like Cary Street in Richmond.
Yeah, I lived on Cary. Yeah, in Carytown. Yeah, right off Cary.
So that's a huge difference between that and this.
Yeah. Well, and actually, Carytown's like 5 or 6 of these.
Yeah.
Carytown's just like a long street
Just
of all
street,
like
yeah.
independent businesses and stuff. And we have several small towns that they're like, I guess, almost like miniature versions of that, having the
Yeah, I think my mom she lived in Short Pump.
Yeah, no Short Pump. Yeah.
And then but they live in Richmond proper now. But
okay. I grew up in Chesterfield, so it's on the southeast side.
Yes, that's where one of my favorite golf courses is.
What course is that?
Yeah, the Royal New Kent.
Yeah, that's in I think that's in New Kent County actually.
Yeah, that's what Mike Strand's track.
Yeah.
Yeah, love
We
it.
got to get back on the course sometime
Yeah,
too.
both golfers as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're ever bored, just come down to Amor Artis and it's just such a cool building and great beers.
Enjoy the drinks, enjoy the atmosphere, and enjoy the art that'll be here on the wall.
Absolutely.
Soon.
Absolutely. Well,
Chris,
thanks again.
Yeah, man. I really enjoyed it. We could talk about 20 different topics right now. But,
I know it. But I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope
Thanks.
you enjoyed this. And definitely check out Chris's artwork when you're in the Fort Mill area, starting May 1st through the end of May. Make sure you follow him on social media. On Instagram, he's at the real Chris Brackett. And anybody who's watching me on Chris's feed, because we're both doing a Facebook Live right now, you can follow me at Jimmy Grappone Realtor, or you can also follow me at the CLT Life Media. So
And then also,
check out either one.
if anybody needs to know how to spell Amor Artis, there they are, and there's their handle as well.
Yeah, AMORARTIS.
Yeah.
And we are pronouncing it correctly because I have never known how to pronounce it correctly. I was Amor Artis, so I was Amor Artis.
Well, now that we properly know, then it
Now that we know and our whole audience knows, and nobody will ever get that wrong again.
hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Cool.
Yeah.
All
Thanks,
right,
guys.
We'll see you later.